Utah is a state of incredible beauty. People are moving here to enjoy it in record numbers.
Right now, Utah has about 3 million people. We're projected in the next 30 years of reaching 6 million people.
The influx is creating a big problem.
We have new housing developments going up. A lot of the valleys have already been developed, so they're pushing into the foothills where our big game species spend the winter.
To solve the confrontation between humans and nature, Utah's Department of Natural Resources has turned to technology. The edge of Utah's Great Salt Lake is a conflict zone. The lake is home to nearly 20,000 white pelicans. But next to the lake is bustling Salt Lake City International Airport. Planes have crossed paths with airborne pelicans with deadly results. So the airport asked Utah DNR for ideas to avoid these dangerous collisions. And they devised a plan to map pelican flight patterns. It starts with capturing a bird. First, DNR scientists bury harmless leg holds on this small island, a favorite pelican rest stop. Then they retreat and wait.
Hey, it looks like we got one. Once you get control of it, the pelican actually becomes pretty docile. That gives us a chance to attach the transmitter, attach the bands, take our measurements that we need to take.
Team leader Adam Brewerton first checks out the bird's overall health, while a colleague enters data into Esri's collector app to instantly create a digital record for the bird. Then the bird is fitted with a GPS transmitter.
And as soon as we release it, that individual bird's locations can start showing up on our database.
So far, over 100 birds have been fitted with transmitters.
Individual points?
Back at headquarters, the pelican data is collated and analyzed by the GIS team. And a 3D map is created using ArcGIS Pro. Then, it becomes strikingly clear. Birds are flying in some of the busiest flight paths. They've even been tracked at nearly 30,000-foot altitudes. Now that the airport has empirical data, it can be used to adjust takeoff and landing routes at key times, reducing the risk of dangerous pelican strikes.
With our real-time monitoring, you might be able to tell them on the hour when to watch out. There's 1,000 pelicans coming past the airport. Be on the alert.
To get the public involved, DNR has developed a custom web app using ArcGIS called PeliTrack. Now, anyone in the world can follow the pelicans in their travels and even help track their migration. The birds have developed a huge fan base.
Well, I think the pelican story was a bit of the tip of the iceberg for us. We discovered the value of receiving real-time information. But more important than that is we begin to see the value of new capabilities at DNR.
Another area of potential deadly contact between humans and animals is on Utah's busy roads and highways, which frequently cross deer and moose migration routes.
It's not well understood that we may kill as many mule deer with cars as we do with guns.
To solve the problem, a mule deer is restrained with a harmless net, then fitted with a tracking collar. Thousands of animals have been fitted in this way. Using the collected data, ArcGIS maps reveal the animal's seasonal movements, pinpointing spots where they're most likely to attempt to cross a highway. This data is shared with the State Department of Transportation.
They'll put fencing in to keep the animals off of the road and then put crossing structures to move the animals across the highways.
Crossing structures like this soon to open wildlife overpass, as well as over 50 tunnels.
They adapt to the locations of these wildlife crossings over time so they can still make the movements they need to. That combination of mitigation measures typically reduces wildlife vehicle collisions about 90%.
DNR also relies on ArcGIS to restore damaged natural habitat.
Another concern as we grow in population is having adequate water. I literally had a sleepless night worrying how are we going to plan for and take care of the growth. We've been in a continual drought. We're getting continual fire, so we started our watershed restoration initiative.
The initiative is restoring degraded land to a more natural condition. Thirsty, unwanted plants and trees are removed and replaced with native grasses that restore the soil and keep it hydrated.
We use maps to decide where we're going to do the treatment, then we do the treatment, and then we use the maps to follow up to make sure the treatment was successful, and the results have been amazing. We've created lands that are resilient to fire, over 2 million acres of improved landscapes.
Esri's ArcGIS platform has become an essential tool for Utah DNR.
There are real challenges that we're facing, but it's very easy to reach the right conclusions when your map tells a very clear and concise story.
We can't do our job without the insight that GIS delivers. Our impact is greater now. Our GIS is a game changer for us.
And it's helping humans and nature live together safely in the state of Utah.